good morning, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Okay, see you later. No, just kidding. I have a whole podcast to do. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm not going to work right now. I'm fastened into my seatbelt to do this podcast and share with you some new tunes from this prior week. Very excited about some of these songs, for sure. It's kind of been underwhelming recently. For some reason, there's not a whole bunch of crazy stuff happening, but, there's just enough. There's just enough. I meant to get to Brand of Sacrifice's record, but didn't get a chance to listen to that yet, so I will likely... But I heard it's like spectacular, so I will likely feature a track from that on next week's episode. But in the meantime, AFI put out a new track, and it's awesome. Let's check this out. It's called Begging for Trouble. Yeah, I dig this. It's not like, I don't like it as much as the other track I showed off last week, which I can't remember the name of, but if you go back to last week's episode, you will see it. It's all in the description of each episode, of course. So this is Begging for Trouble, AFI. Comes from AFI's new album, Bodies, out June 11th. So that's actually that's about 4 months away, so I'm sure they'll be dropping some more singles in between now and then. But yeah, Begging for Trouble, the song's all right. They're releasing all this stuff under Rise Records, of course, so that, I'm not sure if that's a new development or not, but that's pretty great. I like this stuff. I like it better than their last few albums. I think I mentioned that last week when I shared another one of their tracks, and yeah, I'm into this direction that they're taking it back into, because it feels like, closer to December Underground, which is like, that's what, I feel like that's what everybody thinks of when they think of AFI. Still, just happens. Not that they aren't incredibly talented and haven't put out amazing stuff since, but regardless, yeah, it's cool. It's good stuff, AFI. Woo! Next up, Alanis Morissette put out a song called Predator, and it's just haunting and beautiful, and I think you should hear it.
First I'm spotted across the room, so stout for the degree of naivete. When I make the cut, then all systems go, and you take your first step toward me. My eyes are invitations, my welcome sign is bright, my armor is porous enough to be worked by your design. My honesty's commendable, but won't pull your heartstrings. This magnet for predators is dying to be discerning.
Amazing. I love that. That just sounds very beautiful. Piano is a very interesting instrument, and just how much space you can fill with it depending on your style of playing. And I think she's done a really great job of creating a very haunting atmosphere for this song. and it just sits so well with her vocals. It always does. Alanis sounds amazing over a piano, like always has. It's just, that's not a surprise. But this song in general, it kind of reminds me more of like Uninvited from like, I think that was like 15 years ago she put out. I've been following Alanis for a long time for sure. But this is really beautiful. I like this. I haven't liked the stuff that she's put out since, like, the Uninvited days, as much as like the, Jagged Little Pill and all that stuff. But regardless, this is nice. This is really nice. I guess it's, the description says it's written for Jagged Little Pill, the musical. So I guess she's writing a musical. If this is on it, then I'm sure it's going to be haunting and amazing and totally worth your time. So, awesome. Keep your eyes open for, Jagged Little Pill, the musical. Jagged Little Pill, the musical. Regardless, the song is beautiful. Alanis Morissette, Predator, very good song. Next up, Cherelle, Endlessly. I like this song. This is cool. I'm not sold on the whole album. I don't think the whole album's amazing. I think some of it, they're kind of just relying on things that aren't cool enough to get the song through to where it's got to go, but this one, that's not the case. This is a cool song. So, Endlessly, Cherelle. Song rocks. Oh man, I only listened to the first 20 seconds of it before deciding I was going to share it on this podcast. I hadn't heard the whole, even that far into it until now, and that's awesome. Man, that is really cool. That's my favorite one on the album, definitely. Oh my goodness, that's great. Good work, Cherelle. They got a new album out, Niratias, I think, Niratias. That's is how you spell it, so I don't know how you pronounce it though. If you know, hey, feel free to ixnay in the comments section with the, put the parentheses up like a dictionary and just show us how to pronounce that if you know how. So I don't know how to do it, but regardless, very cool song. This band's awesome. They've just been around forever. I've already talked about them before and how awesome it is that they've been around forever, but regardless, it can't be said enough. They've just been around for a very long time, and hell yeah. Hell yeah, regardless. Next, we got, oh, man. Evanescence put out a new single. And, I know, it sounds like, oh, it's Evanescence. I mean, they were cool 20 years ago, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, this song... And, I mean, Yeah, Right, which was the last single that they put out, was also really good. But it was nowhere near as good as this song. Well, I mean, the verses of this song are on par with Yeah Right. They're they're okay, but the chorus of the song is just unbelievable. It's so good. So the song's called Better Without You, Evanescence.
Do
It's so awesome. I'm gonna probably have that, like, tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head and put my headphones on. I'm literally just gonna have it on repeat, probably for like 8 hours, and just do things while I listen to it. That's unbelievable. That chorus is just, oh my goodness. It's got that, and the verse is real nice and bouncy and cool, and then it just go halftime and the chorus like that on me. Just like immediately right off the bat. You don't even wait until the end of the song to go halftime, like everyone else does. You literally just have to do it. Of course, you just had to do it. Like, in a place where it's so amazing just for your song because you're such a genius. I'm saying this like a sarcastic POS, but I'm like being dead serious. That's amazing. It's just unreal. And the way the chords transcend and the vocal melodies, like Amy Lee is just better than ever. Like, I'm not better without you, Evanescence. But regardless, this is just this song is unbelievable. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that album because both of the singles they've dropped have been spectacular. Like some of my favorite songs that came out in the past year, for sure. Here we go. Oh, next up, Bad Flower, one of my favorites, one of my favorite new bands. They're so cool. You need to check out Bad Flower if you don't know who I'm talking about. One word, Bad Flower. That's it. This song's called F-U-C, you know what, the world. And, FTW. I should have just said that. But regardless, this song is really unbelievable. I like it a lot. So, always excited to hear more music from Bad Flower. If you haven't heard, now that you know the band name, you can go find it really easily. I can't remember the name of the album, even though I've heard it 1,000 times. Something about being sick. Real good. It's just amazing album. So go listen to that album and listen to this new single, F the World, Bad Flower.
Breathe until you're dead. Crucify the kid. Nature has a gun. Who will save the sun? Don't pretend to give a shit. Keep yourself away from it. Trash the home you left for us. Leave the young to clean it up. Empathy is dead, and everyone is dumb. Think before you speak, but no one ever does. So say goodbye to you and I. Fuck the world and all the wrong they all put onto me, 'cause they're to blame for everything.
Yeah, this song rips. Unbelievable. Oh, do. Bad Flower. Oh my God, that song's really good. It just speaks for itself. Like, how do I follow that with words? It's there. It's saying what it needs to say, and it's saying it really nicely and with that dude's beautiful tone, and it's just unbelievable. I like that song a lot. The way that the chorus raises up, like, just is like, it's uplifting and almost like it raises the energy of the song, but he doesn't enhance his range, but it doesn't take away, but him not going up with his voice doesn't take away from that, which is like, good job. Really good cohesive structuring to be able to make such a low range, simple, concise chorus work, and just the lyrics are perfect and everything. I don't know. Those wouldn't have been the melodies I chose. That's why I'm not Bad Flower. Regardless, that's so cool. I love that song. Go check out Bad Flower right now. Go support them. They're amazing. They toured with Nothing More 2 years ago, and I missed it. I wanted to see them so bad. But yeah, anyway, amazing. Very good. Next, last new song I got to show off. Juice WRLD featuring Clever and Post Malone, Life's a Mess 2 with a visualizer. I got the link in the description. This song's awesome. I like it a lot, so it's a nice slow jam. R.I.P. Juice WRLD, of course. Check this stuff out.
For somebody that made promises to give you the world, I really hope they held you down. I really hope it was no lying, cause when heart breaks it feel like the world's gone. But if the love's real, you feel your soul roar like a lion, and you finally let bygones be bygones. Don't throw in the towel, I know it feels like you're the only one trying. You just gotta learn to live and love on. I belong with the one put on this earth for me. Everybody has their someone, just gotta look and see. I'm screaming out, Lord help me, I've been lonely. That's when you accept me, then you set me free. Sometimes life's a mess. I get high when I'm upset. I remember when me and love didn't click. Searching for something real, then I found it. Sometimes life's a mess. Yeah, I get high when I'm upset. I remember when me and love ain't click. Looking for something real, and I found it.
Have you ever fallen head over heels for somebody that made promises to give you the world? There's one that will never leave you. Go to place, nothing above you that will love a heart that hurt. Don't hurt the heart that loves you. Sometimes they just want what they can't have, forbidden fruit. But the one that deserves your love will never pick and choose. There was once a hole in my heart, I was hurting till I took a peek inside. Lately I've been so searching. When I used to cry, I turned to medication, and I found me something real and forgot all the imitation. Just tell me that you'll never leave, and when there's nothing left to say, tell me that you love me anyway.
Sometimes life's a mess. I get high when I'm upset. I remember when me and love didn't click. Searching for something real, then I found it. Sometimes
This song's awesome. That's such a vibe. You can just sit there and just jam out to that all day. Feel real good. That's a lovely song. Clever's awesome. That was mostly Clever's verse, and really cool. This is on Clever. The artist is called Clever, his YouTube channel, and yeah, it says Juice WRLD featuring Clever and Post Malone, Life's a Mess 2. Awesome song. Really enjoyed that. Woo! Hope you were jamming out, rocking out to it as well. Real nice slow jam, some acoustic and the production, and the strings on that just sound huge. Like, what? Where did you get your plugins? Well, regardless, or they probably had real violins on set, I bet. Maybe, probably not. I mean, you sound like it's authentic and amazing, but like programs are just getting so real. It's like we're not even gonna need musicians soon. That's never gonna happen, because they can't write songs. They can just they give us cool tools that we can write songs with, being artists. But yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. That's awesome. Next up, we got Bill Withers is the historical shout out. R.I.P. I love Bill Withers. He's like one of my favorite singer-songwriters. He's really awesome. I play at pretty much all of my acoustic gigs. If you ever have a chance to come out to an Alex Cohen acoustic gig, if you do like acoustic music, I cover right now. I cover Lovely Day, Use Me, and I had a request last night to cover Grandma's Hands, which is an awesome song. So I definitely will. Yeah. Anyway, of course, any any performances that are happening right now are at places where there's plenty of space to keep me far away from the public, and of course, and everybody's wearing masks and everybody's seated, and unless they're going to the bathroom, and in which case they're wearing a mask. So it's it's been interesting, and I've been doing it since they came up with the precautions, and they, took a few weeks to get me to be like, to see and research the precautions enough myself to know that they were good and okay, essentially safer than, literally safer than the grocery store, in my opinion. I mean, much more strongly enforced rules because there's just much more at stake. The grocery store's not going to get shut down, because somebody ran through without a mask on. The restaurant with the musician playing will. 100%. So they take the precautions very seriously. Anyway, Bill Withers, incredible musician, incredible singer-songwriter. Make sure you check him out if you haven't really listened to his stuff. If you're just like, I think I know who that is, go check him out right now. Anyway, here we go. Grandma's Hands.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hand played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hand used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hand. Grandma's hand soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hand used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hand used to lift her face and tell her, she'd say, baby, Grandma, understand that you really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands. Grandma's hand. Grandma's hand used to hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hand picked me up each time I fell. Grandma's hand, boy, they really came in handy. She'd say, Matty, don't you whip that boy. What you wanna spank him for? He didn't drop no apple core, but I don't have Grandma anymore. If I get to heaven, I'll look for Grandma's hand.
Such a groove. Such a groove. That's just unbelievable. I love Bill Withers. If you don't, what's the matter with you? Go love him. I mean, he's dead, unfortunately. R.I.P. But, go listen to his music. It's there for you to listen to. Go do it. Nothing is stopping you. Nothing will hold you back from listening to Bill Withers vigorously. You just have to do it. Vigorously listen to Bill Withers. Just put it on and crank it all the way up. And just, Grandma's Hands. That's how you got to do it. That's how I listen to Bill Withers. How else is, woo! Just like very aggressively. Not really. I don't know. Just chill, I hang out and I party. And I podcast. I play music. So many peas. I guess I ate my peas. And now they're coming out all over the place. So, news. Mariah Carey brother sues for defamation over her claims regarding him in her memoir. So apparently she made some kind of claims about her brother that I didn't really dig into, but I have the article in the description if you're curious specifically what they are. I just more wanted to just point out how it's just funny. Why? Okay. Why would she lie? She obviously if he's gonna sue her and is gonna get away with it. I'm not saying I'm not trying to suggest that she didn't. I'm trying to say literally what. People know the truth, so it's if you're gonna lie about it, this is obviously what's gonna happen because you're gonna affect his business. I mean, that's how defamation works. Is if she said something that's going to be detrimental, that's I don't want to work with that guy because he did this. That's defamation if it didn't really happen. So, I mean, why would she do that? It's so silly. It's so funny. I don't know. Ridiculous. Next up, much more interesting. Manu Katché, a just amazing jazz drummer, performs drum solo in the middle of the Alps. I'm not exaggerating, in the middle of the Alps. And it is the coolest video, and he just crushes. He's just shredding a crazy, crazy drum solo in the middle of the Alps. And it is, if you're not watching it already, if you didn't already leave this podcast to go see it, unless you're driving or something and listening, I don't know what to do with my hands, because just go do it. Go watch it. Links in the description, so down there. And then, yes, come back and we'll hang out some more. See ya. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so, yeah, but it's so cool. Oh my God, check it out. Next up, I'm surprised it took him this long to break out with something to say. Sully Erna says COVID is actually global killer and death count is actually not a global killer, and death count is inflated. It's one thing to speculate. It's another to say something where that everyone's going to hear what you're saying. But I mean, it doesn't, the way I look at it is if you're wearing a mask and you're following the precautions and you're being safe and you're taking it seriously in the places where it matters, outside of your house. I don't know. It's hard to say. It seems like they wanted to make it seem like he's trying to spread information that's going to be harmful to try and get people riled up for reads and clicks. And I feel like people should be able to have thoughts that don't affect, you should be able to have thoughts like that. To say that it's inflated, could it be? I mean, there's so many people saying that the idea that, people were being marked as COVID deaths that weren't really COVID deaths is fraudulent. But then I hear other people say that in reality, people that were dying from other things that just happened to have COVID were getting counted as COVID deaths, which is not a COVID death. If you die in a motorcycle accident, you have COVID, you did not die from COVID. So, I don't know. I'm not going to make any speculation on that. I don't know anything about this. This is I know music. I do not know anything about viruses. So anybody who acts like they do is just, because he doesn't, for him to say, because it sounds like he's being very matter of fact about this, which is so stubborn and silly. Why, bro? You don't know. You're not a doctor. You're not studying this. You're a Godsmack. You're awesome at music. For you to say anything that doesn't immediately start with, I don't know what I'm talking about, but to have not said that in the beginning, to me, is just you are suggesting that you're an expert. Because you're talking like one. You're literally talking like one. You're a musician. That so many kids will see what you're saying, and maybe it'll make them feel better. I don't know. And then one of them goes out without a mask. And then there's a 1 in 99,000% chance that he infects somebody who dies. But there's still a chance, in the words of Jim Carrey, but there's still a chance. But no, regardless, that's not, the point that I'm making is definitely very far from it's not dangerous. It is dangerous, and it's completely unpredictable. That's what makes it dangerous. Who gives a silly Sally about the odds? Doesn't matter. If you could potentially hurt somebody with what you're doing, don't do it. Just that's the way to be a decent individual. And I think that's just the way that it needs to be phrased, personally. But if you don't, okay. As long as you don't come breathe in my face without a mask on, I think I'll live. And even if you did, I probably would still, but I'd just be really mad at you. Regardless. Okay, so next up, the next article I found. Oh, this is funny. Mullet trend revival is in the works. It's called The Unstoppable Revenge of the Mullet, an Unlikely Trend Revival. I don't like mullets. My friend Kevin Lacerda has a mullet, and he pulls it off. God bless him, he pulls it off. It hasn't converted me into a mullet-liking person, though. It's I still think there are better hairstyles out there, Kevin. I'm sorry. I love you. Don't hate me. It's just an opinion. It might be a stupid opinion. I'll admit that. I don't know anything. I also just am not crazy about the 80s. I know you love the 80s, but I mean, like, hey, the 80s are cool. I liked 9 Inch Nails. That's everything I liked from the 80s, just about. But hey, I don't know. What do I know? Nothing. Regardless, I'm talking to the general public now. That's who we're talking to. No longer talking directly to my friend Kevin. But regardless, God bless you and your mullet. God bless all the mullets. Good luck. Joe Dirt needs friends. So let's find them. Take your shirt off and get rowdy. Woo! Regardless. This is cool. Chop Suey by System of a Down was voted the greatest metal song of the 21st century, according to Louder Sound. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there was a heavier song that I've listened to more times than Chop Suey. Or, most people can probably say that. A lot of people can probably say that Chop Suey is the heavy song they've heard the most times in their heavy music listening to careers. They're listening to heavy music career. How do I phrase that? I don't know. Help me. Don't really. I'm okay. Just chill. I'm fine. And, yeah, that's what I got for you. That's the show. Had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Did you have a good time? Did you have a good time? Call me. I'm just kidding. Please don't call me. I hate talking on the phone. It's just, if I'm going to have a conversation with you, I don't want to hear your voice through a phone microphone. I want to just hear the real voice. That's what I want, Text me, and then we'll meet somewhere. Then I can hear your real voice, if I know you. If I don't know you, then, come to a show sometime. See what happens, once it's safe. I mean that. Regardless, charity of the week. I haven't been doing this, but I'm going to get back into it. I love charities. Good charities. There's a lot of bad ones out there, but I promise you, not legitimately, everyone that I share on this show is one that I've vetted on, a lot of different sources online, and also looked into specifically the efforts that they do, that they're not just collecting money, that they're actually doing things, and that they have places where you can see what they're doing. So this one is the Ocean Cleanup. Super excited about this charity. Always have been. It's really great. Yeah. It's a technology that a 16-year-old came up with. Kid's a genius in 2010, I believe, and he made it's a conveyor belt that essentially collects. It sucks in all the different residue and trash that's all floating around in the water, and brings it onto this conveyor belt where it lifts it up and throws it into a dumpster. And then it's all set, and it's gone. And they bring it to a dump, and it's good. So they are cleaning up the oceans, and it's awesome. So make sure that you donate. Make sure you check them out. Thank you so much for listening. You're amazing.